Hello and welcome back to Sprite Plays Starseed Pilgrim. We have found a level that I do not think we have played in quite a while. And I realized after I recorded the last episode, after I ended it, that there's actually two ways of reading it. I believe the way I read it last time was, "In times of need we came apart, we shattered the sky, but never again." But then I realized that there's another way of reading it, and so I realized that this could very well be read as, "In times of need we shattered the sky, we came apart, but never again." And I don't know which of those. They both make sense, and they both kind of seem like they are missing. It's like they hint at something, but I think we need to beat this level to have a better idea of how to read it. So let's give that a shot. So this is the one where we cannot dig. We should still be able to dig up pink blocks, but things are going to be very, very difficult because a lot of my ordinary strategies just won't work. And so I will be trying to set things up in ways that are cognizant of that, but we have a pretty big challenge ahead of ourselves. And I'm trying to think, what's the best place to put each of these? I think we have actually come to a problem here. Yep. So I have let this get out of hand, and we're not going to be able to get up there very easily. So I waited a little bit too long on that. But we have other... I cannot set that off. Okay, we have quite a lot of challenges ahead of us. Now let's see, this might go up for us. This might carry us up. Not high enough, though. There we go. So there we finally got to the top of that. We're going to get a lot of seeds from this. We do have to be careful here, though, because we won't be able to get back across that. And now, this one, just barely, was about to go out of reach. So let's harvest that. And I think, let's see. So we do not have any way... we can actually plant something. I really would rather not waste a purple there. So I'm going to... no, we can't dig that up. So let's see. We're going to have to waste a purple there, unfortunately. And then, luckily it seems like the darkness is not moving very fast. We're able to get a lot of stuff done. And that is kind of the one saving grace here, is that the darkness is moving slowly enough that we have time to kind of think about our moves and think about what our options are. I don't want this to connect yet, and so I'm actually going to dig these up and plant that going down there. That should hopefully give us some fruits. Looks like it gave us 2. So we will pick those up later. And now, I think I want to put this one here. And now we have another random one, and I'm still not really ready to connect up here, but I think we're going to need to take the risk. And it looks like the risk actually ended up working out for us. But we still don't really have the materials that I want to get us around this. And this is getting us close enough that I think if we pour the slime over here, that will connect us up. And we're going to be in a little bit of a frenzy trying to get away from that darkness. And so I want to make sure that we're really prepared. And one of the things that's really good about the darkness moving so slowly is that our economy is going to be great. And so we can actually throw down and waste a lot of seeds without having to worry as much as we would. And so even though the stockpile that we came into this level with wasn't as big as I wanted it to be, I think we still have a pretty good chance, and we are building up a pretty good stockpile. The pink seeds are guaranteed to come at every 7th one. And so if we get more than 7 from a tower, we're guaranteed to turn a profit. So this has actually given us enough height that I think we can kind of spring off this way and have a little bit of time. Well, now that has kind of created a shortcut that I'm not really happy about, but we've got a purple one here. That's going to make us a little bit more able to wait and grow. And we don't have a good way of connecting up down there, unfortunately. And we don't have a great place to plant this. And so I may have to waste a pink block in order to be able to use this purple. So that's something we're just going to have to wait a little while. And the darkness is getting close enough that I think I probably want to dig these up pretty soon, though it's moving so slowly that it's not actually as close as it looks. And we can probably wait for a couple more of these to grow in. But I want to be a little bit on the conservative side. I do want to be successful here. And it looks like we have blue, pink, green coming up, so we have a jump pad, and then a heart tower. That's actually pretty good for us. And then hopefully this will go off to the left and give us a good growing opportunity. So this is not too great. We have this red one and then a purple one. We would really like to use that purple one. And so I'm trying to figure out where to position this red one. Looks like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I think we want to put it there. And I think we want to dig these up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant this purple one here, and then this jump pad is not hugely useful. So we're going to use that. That was a mistake. That ended up wasting the purple one anyway. And we couldn't plant that red one where we wanted to. Our economy is still quite good, so I'm going to waste that pink one. This blue one will let us make some progress over this way. And then I'm actually going to want to waste this slime one to set that off. We're going to plant this pink one. Grow ourselves some seeds first. Though the red burns more quickly, corrupts more quickly than most of the other colors. Only pink and orange corrupt faster. And so we do want to be a little bit mindful of that. Grab those. Set that off. We have random ones, so we have lots of keys. I believe we have 2 keys, and we have some pretty good opportunities here to connect up with a third one. But we have not seen much in the way of doors. And because of the kind of more winding path we've had to take here, we also are looking at a pretty dangerous second phase. Now, here we actually have an opportunity. That's a little bit risky. The slime one has a risk of going down into the darkness if we do it wrong. And so, let me think what I want to do. I think what I want to do is I want to dig these up. And I want to dig these up. And I want to plant this here-ish. And then we'll use that as both a way of connecting up with that key and a kind of launch pad over this way. And so now we are trying to make our way up to this door. And it did not drop down onto the blackness, though at that point it wouldn't have made a huge difference. It looks like we actually now have a couple of doors to choose from. And I don't know which of them will be easier to get to. I suspect this one directly above us will. Especially since we have a pink seed coming up. And actually, because that grew in so thoroughly, I'm going to put the pink seed down over here. We're going to use that as a source of seeds. And then we're going to do some very careful jumping around here. And we're just going to connect up to the door with an ice one. And we do want to be a little bit careful watching the darkness, because once it gets to that orange, it's going to speed up. And then we only have one block of purple buffering, so this is where I'm going to dig these up. And I think we are ready to head into the darkness. And so now we have 34 seeds. And so, let's see. That was good. Looks like we have lots of places to pick up other seeds. So we have a key over this way. I believe we have another key way up there someplace. Maybe not. And we do need to be careful about hearts. There's our third key right there. So we're going to pick that up and pick up some of these hearts. Don't want to backtrack much more. Though, as long as we leave backtracking hearts, it shouldn't be a problem. And it looks like we may not be able to get that one over there. Not worth it. Now we are going to have to use quite a lot of bubbles, just because of the way that things shook out here. But that's alright. Let's see. That worked out pretty well. Now we're climbing up this. We're going to need another bubble. Not worth getting that one, I don't think. And we've made it to the door, so let's see what Phase 3 of this level is like. Looks like we have some purple up there. We have quite a lot of dirt. We're going to be starting out with a red one. I'm actually not going to set that off just yet. Wanted to see if that went someplace really useful for us, and it did not. But it looks like we should be able to get ourselves... not quite going to be able to get over that. And, okay, so we actually have a very, very tight time limit here. Because that heart is in a position where it's going to become very difficult to get. And so we need to... Oh dear, we have now been blocked off. It's not possible. We can't dig. There's just no way of getting to it. So we need to be very careful. And I'm not sure the best way of doing this. It seems like we have to come up and over this, but that once we do, it's very difficult to get around. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we're up and over, and I actually want to drop down here. And I want to see if we can come up at it from below. But once the blocks around that heart start to corrupt, the problem we're going to run into is that it's going to be very difficult to navigate in here. But there we did it. Okay. In times of need we came apart. To one of us I'd lend our heart. We shattered the sky, but never again. To save its blue I'd write our end. So I think that has done two things. One is it has kind of given us a better sense of what order those should be read in, and the other is it has clarified a little bit. One of the first poems we unlocked was Starseed Pilgrim, I broke our heart to keep the sky from coming apart. Gain from loss one does not measure, but broken hearts yield starseed treasure. So now, in times of need we came apart, to one of us I'd lend our heart. So it's saying that there's us, the pilgrim, and this person who wrote these messages to us. And it's saying that we came apart in times of need because we shattered the sky. But never again. To save its blue, I'd write our end. So the story that I'm getting out of this is they did something that caused the sky to start dying. And the lost love had to separate them and break their heart in order to protect the sky. But now us, the pilgrim, are trying to get our heart back, it seems like. And it seems like we're in danger of breaking the sky again. And so, Starseed Pilgrim, the sky is dying. Take its hand and take it flying. I don't remember the opening poem exactly. I remember I think it was Starseed Pilgrim, the sky is crying, dry its tears and know you're lying. And so it's not really clear what state the sky is in just yet. But that this lost love has done something to try and mend it. So in the next episode, where are we going to go? We still actually have a relatively substantial collection. And we are right here back at the Lives in My Heart. And so I think probably what I'll do is I'll farm up a little bit more. And the reason for that is that we have just 23, which is not going to be enough to take on some of the extremely difficult levels that we have been struggling with. So I'm going to farm up a few more seeds, and then I think we're probably going to go off to the left. Go back to some of those levels that I've been really struggling with. And so that is coming up in the near future. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.